Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy by JJ Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, these past couple of weeks, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie. We do know that they are shooting over at Pinewood right now, and over in the Cardington sheds within Cardington of the UK. They are even looking over at Jordan as a possible filming location, the same location that they used for Jeddah City and the original spot for the planet of Jakku. So, looking at Episode 9, we've been hearing lots of things through JJ Abrams. We do know that they are indeed using unused footage from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in order to implement Leia into the overall storyline and plot of this movie. Not only that, aside from all of that, Star Wars Episode 9 will change history. In fact, there will be drastic decisions in this movie that will change history, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing for the Star Wars universe, or whether or not this points to the possibility of the use of time travel in Episode 9. A lot of people, including myself, have been talking about this these past couple of days or so on the possibility of time travel in Episode 9. Now, me personally, I'm against the use of time travel, at least in the Star Wars movies themselves. For me, they work fine in an animated series such as Star Wars Rebels or the Clone Wars or something around those lines. Time travel can work for that, and I feel like that time travel should stay separate from the live-action movies. But if they want to implement the whole concept of the worlds between worlds briefly within Episode 9, I could see them doing that. But I just don't know how I feel about time travel being in Star Wars. I feel like that should be left out. But the fact that it will be changing history, how you look back at the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, etc., could very well have to do with JJ Abrams putting a lot of prequel trilogy and original trilogy content in this movie that'll make you look back at those films in a different way. Now again, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know how I feel about that. The thing here is this, though, is that Episode 9, we heard yesterday, is that this movie's going to have a lot of nostalgia, and like I have said before, nostalgia is a great thing as long as it's not overdone, and it does indeed serve a purpose. A great example is this. In Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, we headed back to the planet of Mustafar, right? Everybody was so amazed to finally see this planet once again, ever since 2005's Revenge of the Sith. However, the main purpose of returning to that planet was to show us that Darth Vader has a castle there. It's the exact spot in which he recovers, he goes into the bacta tank, he heals very, very slowly but surely, and that's his spot, that's his location of meditating, etc. So it had a lot of purpose, and it had a reason of going back to the planet of Mustafar, where in Episode 9, since JJ will be putting in prequel trilogy content, I am hoping and crossing my fingers that it is indeed of substance and it actually serves a purpose and has a lot of meaning to the overall story of the movie, and not just chucked in there for the heck of it in order to sell tickets. A great example would be just going to Naboo for the sake of it, or just, bringing in Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost for the heck of it, and not really doing it for a specific reason. I feel like that these things need to have an emotional impact on the viewer in order to really get sucked into the past and really enjoy that nostalgia. It has to have meaning to it. That's how I felt with Rogue One on, the planet Mustafar, and especially through the character of Darth Vader coming back. He served a purpose in that movie. So, looking at Episode 9, the fact that it will change history throughout the Star Wars Skywalker saga, this is going to be a huge movie. It seems as so that Disney and Lucasfilm, like we have said before, they are selling this movie as the end of the end in order to make it into a mega event. So a lot of things can really happen here as to what JJ is going to do. My only worry is about how he's going to close this movie. Like I say, a lot of people say that JJ, he's a great fixer, but not a great closer. And that's one thing that a lot of people are dwelling on right now, on whether or not there will be closure in this movie where it's not too ambiguous to where you're going to be left scratching your head for years on end. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.